What's up guys, NDM Tech here. So this video is split into two parts. The first part has all the features that Apple announced in iOS 16 and the second part has all the hidden features of iOS 16. So if you just want to watch the hidden features, then you can skip to this time code. Also, I've done a video on how iOS 16 runs on the last supported, the oldest devices, which are the iPhone 8 and the 10. So you can click here to watch that. So the first iOS 16 feature is the lock screen customization options. Like Apple has given some customizability in iOS 16 now. You can change fonts and you can change the general style of how your lock screen looks, and they have also added widgets. To customize the lock screen, you can go to settings and then to wallpaper and you can customize it there, or you can just hold on the lock screen and you'll get customization options. And there are many third-party apps that will give you more widget options. Some of them are Widgetsmith, Flighty, Overcast, Card Pointers, Apollo for Reddit, Motivation, etc, etc. Live activities on the lock screen is also a nice welcoming feature. So with apps like Uber or any food delivery apps, you can track your order without having to go into the app or without having to receive like a lot of notifications. And the next feature is an iMessage. Now you can unsend messages and edit messages, but then whoever is receiving the messages will get to know that you have unsent or edited the message. With iOS 16, Apple also brought back full screen music player from iOS 10. One thing I like about this is that Apple has increased the touch points for the music controls. So you don't have to precisely touch. You can just touch somewhere around the button and the button will get hit, and that is great while you're multitasking. Fitness app is not anymore exclusive to the Apple Watch. People who only have iPhones can also have activity rings and track their fitness using the fitness app for iPhone. When it comes to sharing, Apple has opened up a lot of options in iOS 16. The first one is photo sharing directly from the camera. So you can set it up as a shared album, and once you hit the shutter button on the camera, it will go directly to the shared album. Also on the shared album, you can choose which photos to show up. So now you have the option to hide specific photos from shared albums. For example, if you don't want photos with specific person in it, you can choose it like that. You can set it up like that, and photos with that person in it won't appear in shared albums. Safari gets a lot of sharing options as well. Now you can have a complete set of shared tabs that you can share with another person. You can even start FaceTime calls right from there and discuss. So it's more like a workspace kind of a thing. New sharing features are also coming to messages. That is, SharePlay is now available on iMessages, so you can watch a movie and text someone at the same time using SharePlay. And now you can directly control your Apple Watch from the iPhone. It's more like screen mirroring, but for the Apple Watch. So this can be used to like change specific settings. If you don't like looking at the small screen and having to go through many menus, you can do it from your phone on a bigger screen. Apple is also trying to reduce the number of times you'll see a captcha so that you don't have to do it every time. So they are making this possible by introducing private tokens. And using private tokens, websites will automatically get to know whether you're a human or a robot without having to make you do a captcha. With Apple Pay now, you can track an Apple Pay order. Also, Apple has introduced Apple Pay Later. It's more like an installment plan. So over the course of 6 weeks, you can pay for something as 4 different payments. And this has 0 fees and 0 interest. So yeah, Apple is kind of trying to become a bank here. Focus mode is extended to Safari and lock screen now. So you can have different lock screens for different focus modes and different Safari tabs for different focus modes, which will be great to reduce distractions. And this one is my favorite feature, that is, with iOS 16 you can lift objects from the background on iPhone's Photos app, and it is very easy to do. You can just hold on the object that you want to lift up and it gets lifted up, and you can drag and paste it to other apps and share it to other apps, and you can do anything that you want. With iOS 16 in Apple Maps now, you can plan trips and it will give you a travel cost estimate of that trip, similar to what Google offers in Google Wallet on Android 13. Then there is safety check. So with safety check, you can see who all has access to your passwords and location and all that, and you can turn it off very easily from there. Then there is Quick Start for iCloud. So that is basically like an easier way to set up iOS devices for your kids. So for example, if you got a new iPad, with one tap you can set up all your parental controls from iCloud on that kid's device. So yeah, it got easier. So these are all the features that Apple announced in iOS 16. Now let's get into the hidden features. So the first hidden feature is that Face ID now works in landscape mode. So you don't have to do this anymore. You can just unlock it like that, and that is amazing. And now there's this overhyped battery percentage feature. I just don't get why do people hype this much. It's just a battery percentage after all. But yeah, it's pointless, because even if it's 60 or 50% charge, it will look like it has full charge. So it's pointless until it gets to 20, so that the battery actually goes down. So I don't see a point in using it. And talking about that, it is not available in all the devices running iOS 16 because of display restrictions, I believe. I don't know. So these are the devices that doesn't have battery percentage. That is iPhone 11, 10R, iPhone 12 mini and 13 mini. Now there's keyboard haptics on iOS, so you can turn it on by going to settings and then sounds and haptics. And now there's an automatic lock for hidden album and recently deleted album, so you either need your Face ID or your phone's passcode. Photos app also has the ability to automatically merge duplicate photos so that you can save storage space. So if Photos app finds duplicate photos, it will put everything into a separate album, and from there you can choose whether to merge them or not. And we all know how sad are those sad automatically created iPhone memories, right? Now there's an option to turn it off. Then there is personalized spatial audio, so you can use your iPhone to scan your ear, and then Apple creates a personalized spatial audio setting for supported AirPods and some Beats headphones. With iOS 16, the iPhone will automatically stop charging if it overheats, and will also have a notification telling that the phone is overheating, and you can only continue charging once it cools down, which is a great feature for extending your iPhone's battery life. And we all know how many times you have accidentally ended the calls using power button, right? That won't happen anymore because now you can turn off power button ending the calls from the settings. Now coming to the Apple's Mail app, it got a lot of features with iOS 16. One is unsending emails. So unsending emails is not like it gets unsent after sending. It's more like delaying the sending process. So you can go to settings and then you can change the time that it takes for the email to actually get sent after you hit send. So you can change the delay, and that delay time will be the time you'll get to unsend it. So it's more like undoing it, not unsending it. So you're basically undoing the sent action. And then you can schedule emails, and you can also create a reminder to reply to emails so that you don't forget to reply to them. And in iMessages now you can mark text as unread, and Apple's camera app is getting a lot of Google Lens like features. For example, the camera can translate language in real time. It can also convert currencies in real time from the camera itself without taking a photo. And talking about real-time things, now there is live captions for iPhones, so you can get captions in any place where there's an audio playing on an iPhone. It can be FaceTime calls, it can be songs, it can be anything. So to enable it, you have to go to the settings and then to the accessibility and then turn on live captions. I would suggest you to turn this on in the accessibility shortcut settings so that you can only have it on whenever you want it. So you can easily turn it on from the control center in a place that you want. With iOS 16, there's a little more Siri customizations, like you can customize the time that Siri takes to listen to your messages. For example, now if you're telling something to Siri, even after you're done telling, Siri still waits for a second or two to make sure that you're actually done telling it things. You can reduce that time and make things faster. And talking about making things faster, now you can make Siri sending messages faster. So now how it works is like you will tell Siri to send a message, and Siri will speak out the whole message back to you, also telling to whom it is sending. And after confirming all this, only Siri will send a message. Now you can turn it off so that Siri will instantly send a message once you tell it to send it. And Siri and voice dictation now knows punctuation, so it will automatically add commas and periods wherever it is required. iPhone finally gets a quick notes feature from iPads and Macs. So now you can quickly write something and it automatically gets saved to the Notes app. So to turn it on, you have to go to settings, control center, and turn on the quick notes button. So you can write a note quickly from the control center. Apple has also made it easier to share Wi-Fi passwords now. We know that great feature that Apple introduced to share Wi-Fi passwords between iPhones, but now you can see the Wi-Fi password in the settings so that you can tell it to a non-iPhone user. The sound that comes while you try to find your iPhone using Apple Watch has also changed. And with iOS 16, you can delete even more pre-installed apps, and those apps are Find My, Clock, and the Health app. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys in the next one.